Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed trying to decide between investing in a 401k or a Roth IRA, well, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're breaking down the source material to figure out exactly which one makes the most sense for you and how to build the ultimate strategy for your specific investment timeline. Just a quick note before we jump in. This explainer is for educational purposes, not personalized investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But I'm absolutely here to help you make sense of all this. And if you want more clear, straightforward financial explainers just like this one, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on those clear English captions so you never miss a beat.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll be covering the 401k, the Roth IRA, pre-tax versus after-tax, a comparison of the pros and cons, and finally we'll wrap up with the ultimate investment strategy. Let's just dive right in.
Section 1. The 401k Explained. This is your employer-sponsored plan. So, a 401k is essentially tied to your job, and it often comes with a truly fantastic benefit, the employer match. And honestly, this is basically free money.
To put this into perspective, if your employer offers a 3% match and you contribute 3% of your own money, you're effectively getting 6% of your annual salary saved for retirement. You put in 3, they put in 3. It's literally an instant, guaranteed return on your investment before the market even does a single thing.
The math here is super easy. Just imagine you earn $100,000 a year, right? And your employer offers that 3% match. You contribute $3,000. Then your employer just hands you another $3,000 completely free. That means you actually have 6% of your salary, or $6,000 saved for retirement. By the way, NerdWallet has this great free 401k retirement calculator that estimates your balance by factoring in these exact contributions, your employer's matching dollars, your expected retirement age, and the growth of your investments. It's a really handy tool.
All right, moving on to Section 2, the Roth IRA Explained. Now, unlike the employer-sponsored 401k, a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account. That means you open it entirely by yourself, totally independent of where you happen to work. Now, the real magic of the Roth IRA lies in how it handles taxes. You fund a Roth IRA with after-tax dollars, meaning this is money you've already paid taxes on from your paycheck. You put that money in, pick your investments, and then any interest you gain grows completely tax-free. But the ultimate perk? Once you hit age 59.5 and you've held the account for at least 5 years, your withdrawals during retirement are totally tax-free. You don't owe the government a single dime on those earnings. And incredibly, this tax-free benefit even extends to heirs who might inherit your Roth IRA down the line. Pretty amazing, right?
But there is a massive difference when we look at the 2022 base contribution limits. 401ks allow you to stash away a really hefty $20,500 in a single year, while Roth IRAs cap your contributions at just $6,000. It is worth noting, though, that if you're 50 or older, both accounts offer slightly higher catch-up limits, which brings the 401k up to $27,000 and the Roth IRA up to $7,000. But regardless of your age, the 401k just gives you vastly more room to save in any given year.
Section 3, pre-tax versus after-tax. We now arrive at the critical tax seesaw. Basically, you're deciding whether it makes more sense for you to pay Uncle Sam today or to pay him tomorrow. And this is where your personal investment timeline and expectations about your financial future really come into play.
So the crucial point here is timing. With a traditional 401k, your contributions are taken out of your paycheck before the IRS even takes its cut. So you get a tax break right now up front. But you will have to deal with taxes on the back end when you actually retire. Now, this makes a lot of sense if your tax rate is higher now than you expect it to be in retirement, which is super common since a lot of retirees live frugally and have a lower tax burden. Conversely, Roth accounts use after-tax dollars. You pay the taxes up front. Yes, this requires a bigger bite from today's paycheck, but it absolutely ensures tax-free funds in retirement. You'd go with this option if your tax rate is low right now and you expect it to be higher when you retire.
Let's actually look at the math of that pre-tax advantage. By contributing to a 401k before the IRS takes its 20-cent cut, you effectively supersize your savings right out of the gate. Think about it. If you want to save $800 a month outside of 401k, you actually have to earn $1,000 because $800 is for you and $200 goes to the IRS. But inside a traditional 401k, that whole $1,000 goes straight to work for your future.
Moving to Section 4, comparing the pros and cons. Seeing these two accounts go head-to-head really helps clarify exactly where each one shines. In a direct matchup, 401ks easily win on high contribution limits and those unbeatable free employer matches. Plus, your eligibility for a 401k isn't limited by how much income you make. But while the Roth IRA loses on contribution limits and doesn't offer an employer match, it absolutely dominates on investment options. You get access to a huge selection of individual stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, whereas a 401k usually just gives you a somewhat limited, curated menu of investment options to pick from. But we do have to talk about the downsides. With a 401k, you just don't have as much control over your plan and the investment costs because of that limited selection. Furthermore, when you take distributions in retirement, they are taxed as ordinary income. And crucially, traditional 401ks force you to take required minimum distributions, or RMDs, starting at age 72. This basically means the government dictates when you must start pulling your money out, which definitely restricts your financial control.
On the flip side, what are the Roth IRA drawbacks? Well, as we saw, the contributions are much lower, kept at just that $6,000 mark for 2022. Also, Roth IRAs don't give you any immediate tax relief today, meaning you might feel the pinch a bit more in your current budget. And perhaps the biggest hurdle, if you earn above a certain income threshold, your ability to contribute actually phases out. That means you might not even be eligible to put money directly into a Roth IRA.
And that brings us to Section 5, the ultimate investment strategy. We've looked at all the individual pieces, so now let's synthesize them into a master playbook. Because here's the secret. You don't have to choose just one. You can actually invest in a 401k and a Roth IRA at the exact same time.
So here is the golden sequence. The ultimate strategy is to first capture the free money from your 401k match. Literally, never leave free money on the table. Once you've hit that match limit, step 2 is to pivot. You switch over to maxing out the tax-free growth of your Roth IRA, taking full advantage of those vast investment options and future tax-free withdrawals. Finally, step 3, if you still have remaining capital to invest after maxing out the Roth, you switch back to your 401k to take advantage of its much higher $20,500 contribution limit. Now, if your employer doesn't offer a 401k at all, no worries. You can always just start right at step 2 and invest directly in a Roth IRA.
As you build your own wealth, please remember the most important takeaway of all. Whether you use a 401k, a Roth IRA, or both, simply starting is the absolute best thing you can do for your future self. Get started, stay consistent, and let your money work for you. If this breakdown helped clarify your roadmap, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this explainer with a friend, and subscribe for more. I'll leave you with this final thought to consider. Look at your own accounts right now. Are you leaving free money on the table? Or is your retirement playbook finally ready for action?